Fourth limb, Niralambanga, limb of the unsupported state of being. Thus spoke the Guru, Doha. Destroying the sentiment of being the witness for the purpose of attaining the self-supported state, he said to the disciple, then do intense and austere sadhana. Chopai. When the awareness of the heart does not exist, the incomparable one, Anup, resides in the Supreme Mind. When even the mark of the navel does not exist, breath resides in the formless. When even the anahad, unstruck sound does not exist, the Shabda mantra resides in Omkar. When even Niranjana does not exist, prana is stilled in the center of the unmanifest. When the fabric of sky does not exist, the Hamsa resides in the indestructible One. Listen to me. When even the lotus body doesn't exist, Kal, time, resides in the void. When the incomparable one has not become the world, everything exists in Shunya, formless void. When not even the body, Kaya, or any of its actions, Karma, remain, then only the great Shiva exists. When even the moonlight does not exist, at that moment the soul remains with the Niranjana. When Shushumna is not conceived of, the Niranjana resides in the Shunya, the formless void. As the path of a bird in flight or a fish in water is hard to see, contemplate upon what I say, for it is effort that reveals the mystery of life. Chopai. Life of the mind is energized by the breath. One who is well versed and wise understands this. Know the breath to be the life of prana. I tell you this, having recognized this truth. After this, know Shabda, the mantra, to be the real life. Infuse its life into yours. And then, the life of the prana itself, it is very like the Brahman. The life of Brahman is its natural form. When you give it a name, it is understood to be the incomparable Hamsa, Atman. Those who are graced with the realization of Hamsa within achieve the state of Paramahamsa. Do not take the one who is indestructible to be the Jiva, the soul. Always recognize this incomparable one in its true form. Now I tell you about the life of the incomparable one. It is like the void within the great void. One who evokes the state of void within always remain like Shiva. O Avadhuta, Shiva is not the Jiva. Shiva is the Niranjana and is always dispassionate. And now listen to the life of that Niranjana. In formless it ever dwells. Doha. This ultimate state, which cannot be known and is beyond vision, is inaccessible even to Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh. including all the gods, no matter how hard they try. O dear disciple, knowing you to be worthy of this knowledge, I give you this truth. Now I'll tell you about the emergence of the formless supreme reality, which is supportless. Chopadi. Amassing his Shakti like a Bhaura, Niranjana arose. Know the spiritual truth, which the wise ones know. From Niranjana came Shiva. He made his seat, Niralamb, without support. From Shiva arose Kal, the powerful time that destroys what is auspicious and inauspicious by dissolution. From within time came the incomparable void. The form of this experience is incomparable. Shiva emerged from the indestructible. This is the essence of all the Shastras and the Vedas. Brahma arose out of light. Without doubt, there is no other comparable. This inaccessible one then animated the prana. This is the essence of all the philosophies and traditions. From within the prana then arose the mind. Know this to be an everlasting connection. The mind resulted into the Shabda. It is said to be boundless and nameless. Within the Shabda shone the air or breath, which the yogis use to detach themselves from the world. The breath comes from air, O dear disciple. The one who realizes this becomes wise and attains the supreme state. That which does not come in contemplation, nor is obtained through passion, how can one experience that which is imperceptible? Fifth limb, Samadhi Anga, limb of the ecstatic state of union within. Thus spoke the Guru, Doha. Having taken life, having understood how it arose, remain absorbed in the true state. Now I tell you of the great part about Samadhi. When the body consciousness disappears, everything becomes visible in the mind, in the mind's eye. Rising above both the body and mind, one finds that one constant that is eternal. Rising above both the body and mind, one finds that one constant that is eternal. When the breath dissolves in the prana and the Shabda is established in the Shabda, then the prana is absorbed in the prana and Brahman goes back to Brahman. When Hamsa becomes absorbed into Hamsa and the indestructible into itself, when Hamsa becomes absorbed into Hamsa and the indestructible into itself, and time is absorbed into Shunya, the void, one becomes fearless. without any aspirations. Breath becomes absorbed in the air and the jiva ascends to the home of Shiva. Shiva is absorbed in the Niranjana, and that is where it dwells continually. When Niranjana becomes totally absorbed in Nirakar, the formless, which merges with Avagati, the eternal, that is a state which cannot be described. That unstruck sound remains absorbed in the indestructible. It even remains without separation from it. Then that indestructible one remains absorbed in itself, and that is what the Vedas have understood. It is neither far nor very near, nor is there a place for it. You remain rooted in the stillness, remain absorbed in a japa jap, spontaneous jap. Let yourself contemplate upon itself, and let it become absorbed into itself. Then it attains a state where it is in ecstasy within itself.